What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about 5 things the narcissist wants you to feel after you leave them. One thing about the narcissist is that they cannot handle rejection. And what comes along with that is harassment, stalking, smearing, and 5 other things they do to mess with your mind. And those 5 things consist of they need you to feel emotional. They want you to think that because you made the decision to leave, you made a choice, that's beneficial to your health, to your peace of mind. They want you to feel like, like you've hurt them because you're so emotional. You're heartbroken for nothing. You're overreacting. Cut this out. Stop playing with me. Let's get back together. They really think that it's just a game, that you just turn on and turn off your feelings. But it doesn't just go away. Because I promise you, the moment you decide to give that narcissist another chance, it's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time. So they know how to play on your emotions to try to convince you that, one, it's just all in your mind, you know, and two, first of all, the reason for you storming out and feeling that way is because you're overreacting to things that you really didn't see, or things that you really didn't hear, or what I said, I didn't really mean it that way. You take things the wrong way. That's how they throw stuff in our, in our face to make us feel like we're crazy. So they want you to feel, like you're just being emotional. They always need you to look at yourself as the problem. you know it's never them. They will never take responsibility for their own behavior, for the reason why you decided to walk out their door. And so that's why they need you to feel that way. The second thing is they need you to feel guilty. They want you to feel guilty for going no contact. Another thing they do, they want you to also feel like you're the narcissist. I even had a narc tell me that when I decided to limit the contact and just kind of gray rock him, because I started to sense a lot of, just this toxic energy when I was around him. And I just stopped enjoying his company because I started to see a narc in him, or narcissistic traits. He may not have been a narc, but he sure do carry the traits, and I just don't have the time for that. I'm not trying to adjust myself to, tolerating that type of character. Like, I don't need to entertain that type of company. It's easy for me to just say, you know what, I think it's best that we just keep it on the cool and very limited at that. If we work together and we work good together, that doesn't necessarily mean that we should become friends. Like, we don't need to carry this outside of work, because that is when you're going to start to see another character trait of that person. It may be worse than what you see at work. And then it goes to show you when they're at work or just anywhere that they were just putting on an act the whole time. So they need you to feel guilty for going no contact. You know, if you decide to kind of reconcile, or they take things like you're reconciling with them when you're really just being cordial, like I'm really just being an adult and handling the situation in a mature fashion. It's not like you think. I'm not trying to, open the lines of communication again. I'm just doing what's necessary for the situation, but they take things the wrong way because they have such huge egos. They think that, oh, now you're back for a second chance. I told you you was making the wrong decision, by feeling that way. So they need you to feel like you're guilty for the way you feel. But always trust your gut instincts and don't let them tell you otherwise. Just don't let them play on your emotions or your mind, because they know how to manipulate you. If they see that they can get you thinking, if they can get you deep in your thoughts, that's how they break your focus. And now you find yourself back in a situation with that toxic individual. And again, every toxic person, they are not narcissists, but it's still something that you shouldn't have to put up with. You shouldn't want to put up with. Another thing that they need you to feel is selfish. And the reason why they throw, that you're selfish, the reason why they throw that in your face is because of control reasons. You know, it's all about control. They're losing control. They have lost control of you. So they need you to feel some type of way. And that's why they tell you that you're just being selfish, and they pout about it. And they need you to know um, that you should think about, just sharing your life with them, like if they're entitled to it, because it always comes from this sense of entitlement that they have. And you don't owe yourself to anyone. They're not entitled to you. You know, you're not responsible for their feelings. They want you to feel bad for their feelings, and you're not responsible for their feelings. So don't ever feel like you're being selfish for taking a stand and taking control of your own life. Because again, at the end of the day, it's all about your peace of mind and your sanity. And you could do without all of that, you know, negativity that you have to constantly deal with people. You don't have to deal with it. You have a right to decide at any given moment that you're just going to cut it all off. And you don't have to feel guilty about it. You don't have to feel bad about it because you haven't done anything wrong. Another thing they need you to feel like is that you are being, like what they call the the pot calling the kettle black, or however it goes. They need you to feel like, you're being contradictory because you're doing the same thing that you claim I did you that hurt you so bad. So how do you think that makes me feel when you just don't pick up the phone? That goes back to when they want you to feel like you're narcissistic because you're giving them the silent treatment. But there's two different ways of giving the silent treatment. Narcissist reasoning for the silent treatment is for punishment and control, and sometimes manipulation. And the victim's reason for the silent treatment is for peace of mind and sanity, and to take control of your life and awareness. You understand now the difference between the two. You're doing this to them because they have constantly hurt you. You are supplied to the narcissist. And that supply is a drug. You're just as much as a drug to the narcissist as they are to you. And vice versa. It's just that it gives you a different high. The narcissist gets the high of control, of having the power to control you. And you get the high of having the power to walk away and heal and focus on you and understanding what happened, and working on how to prevent yourself from from falling into that situation again with another toxic individual. It helps you to identify those type of people. So it goes both ways with the supply. It is like a drug. They're like a drug to you just as much as you're a drug to them, except it just gives you a different high. So, that kind of explains why the narcissist loves to throw up in your face that you can't talk about how I treated you. You turned around and did me the same way. So don't fall for it. Don't let them play on your head because what they're trying to do is get you to give them a second chance. And they'll say pretty much anything to make you feel like you're just overreacting, you're being childish. Oh, you need to grow up. They start to just go off into things that don't even have anything to do with the situation. And that's why you can't even really give them the time and the space to just, go at you with all of this nonsense that they come up with, because they're going to have you thinking. And once you start to think about it, that's how they know they're getting to you. If they see that they're getting to you, chances are you're going to find yourself giving them a second chance. So just don't even give them no time of day. Cut it off, and cut it off quickly before they even get 2 words out. And just let them know, look, slow your roll. Just because I'm allowing you to speak your mind doesn't mean that you're about to get a second chance. I'm just going to let you know that right now. And even with that, just prepare for the narcissist, response and reaction to that, because they're hurt, they're angry, they're entitled. So they don't want to hear no. I've heard so many people say, I'm not trying to hear that. And it's like they're not giving you an option. It's like it's going to be, it's going to be me, or I'm going to make your life a living hell. And that's pretty much what they mean by that. Like when they tell you, I'm not trying to hear that, just pay attention to them. Pay attention to the way they express themselves, their body language, just everything. Because they pretty much let you know in the moment, and don't take it in a way to where it's a little flattering, like, yeah, I like the type that really like to fight for me and they not putting up with me walking out on them. No, that's not flattering. That's a red flag. And that tells you that this is someone who you should take serious. And, you should get out and stay out. And don't ever consider giving them a second chance, because they want you to feel like they can't live without you. Okay, you'll be fine. And you will definitely be fine without them. And the last thing is they need you to feel confused. And that's all a part of the gaslighting and the manipulation. You can catch the narcissist in the act right in front of your eyes, flirting with another woman, flirting with another man, just doing things that disrespects the relationship. And they will flat out deny it to the end and tell you that it's not what you think. They want you to feel like you're just a jealous type. Why are you so insecure? They need you to feel like you're doing something bad in the moment that you catch them red-handed. See, that's how they operate. They need you to think that, and that's just a part of manipulation. So again, don't let them play on your head with that. You've seen enough to know. When someone is being unfaithful to you, and you know how it makes you feel, especially when this is something that they've done over and over and over again. It's going to come a point when you just going to be just done. Completely fed up, not giving it a second chance. And when they realize it, they're not going to be able to just let you go, but they're going to continue to make you feel like, or they're going to attempt to make you feel like the whole while you were just overreacting. They're going to keep pushing it. They may even, during the time that y'all are at no contact, during the breakup, the trial separation, they'll be staying with the other person. And of course, they're sleeping with them and other things going on, and they're out in public with them. But then if you decide to give them another chance after a Hoover and love bombing, they're going to convince you that the whole while that was all in your mind. They wasn't doing anything that goes against, being faithful and loyal in y'all's relationship. So just don't fall for it. So those are the 5 things that narcissists want you to feel after you leave them. So thank y'all for watching.